Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christiane Fritsch. I am the tribe lead for the digital tribe at ING Germany. I would like to tell you a little bit about our Agile transformation that took place a couple of years ago and how this helped us in the really unforeseen situation of the pandemic in starting 2020. So first, I would like to give you a recap about the Agile transformation and how we did it, why we did it, and what the effects were. So a little bit a look into the past. Let's start with the why. So what is the reason why we decided to go Agile? Well, we are facing a multitude of new challenges, and they all contribute to our new reality, which is kind of a VUCA reality, so very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And all of this is part of this VUCA reality. So the first one, regulation. ING is a bank, so we are working in a highly regulated environment, and regulation requirements are rising, are getting more complex, and are getting more and more. Then the second one, war of talents. So, of course, we want to hire the best people that there are and would like them to work for us. But the requirements of people that are applying to us are also rising. So they are asking questions like, yeah, what is in for me? Why should I work for you? Is there something, a goodie for me? Then, yeah, of course, COVID. So Corona, unforeseen black swans, unforeseen situations that occur that require a quick and sudden decision and steering. Working from a remote location, in our case, caused by the pandemic that started in 2020. I will come to that a little bit later in more detail. But this is also coming with questions. What about security? What about team coherence? How do we deal with that? And last but not least, the changed customer behavior, the changed requirements from our customers. Customers are now really demanding. They want the best service, the best products. And all of these challenges, all of this new reality requires a quick and swift ability to change things, to decide things, and to implement things. So, seems like time to act. But, I mean, ING is a huge company with thousands of employees in different countries. We are an elephant. How can we gain speed? Because speed is the answer to a lot of these challenges. Without speed, you're getting nowhere. And it's not only us being a big elephant needing to gain speed, it's also that others are also gaining speed. Other banks, other big companies, the big techs, like Apple or Google, they are following and they have also realized this new reality and are acting. And if you see the little dogs there, these are the fintechs, the small companies, the startups that are challenging us as a bank. So how do we gain speed? And our answer for that is becoming agile. So our CEO proclaimed in the press conference in February 2018, in summer 2019, everyone in this company is going to work agile, will work agile. Because we are convinced that only an agile organization will have the ability to cope with these challenges, will be quick enough and has the tools and the methodologies to act in time. So, coming from the why to the how. How did we want to do it? No, sorry, to the what. Yeah, coming from the why to the what. So what we wanted to achieve is, at first, we wanted to enhance the customer experience for our products, our services, all our features. Of course, we needed to accelerate the time to market. We were just too slow. We wanted to empower autonomy, giving decision power to our people, to our teams, and increase efficiency. So these were the 4 targets that we wanted to achieve with our transformation to become agile. And how did we do it? Now we're coming to the how. So at first, let's have a look at the tools and the methodology. So this little box on the left of the screen is about the huge toolbox of agile procedures, processes, artifacts, methods that are there and can be used. So what we did is we had a look at them and defined the toolbox for our employees to make use of it, to prioritize, to create transparency, to create clarity. And these tools are, we are still using them today. On the right, you see our new organization. So we wanted to build up an organization that adds coherence to the teams, but that also is a framework for orientation of the teams. So people need to know what I'm responsible for, where I'm located, who are my peers, who are my stakeholders. But the most important thing, and this is here on the top, it's the mindset. Without the right mindset, I'm convinced it's not going to work. So what you need in an agile organization is a mindset of openness. You need to be open to new, open to unknown things. You need to be bold, brave to go routes that probably people haven't gone before or that probably also might fail. You need to be willing to help others, to take on responsibility as well, not shy away from decisions. So the mindset is key for this kind of transformation. And if you don't convince people that this is the right way to go, they will not take it on. But we said, how can we make this happen? We need a kind of framework to empower our ideas to get them into reality. And this is why we created 8 principles. And I go through them. So the first one is we are team-oriented. We are working in diverse teams, in strong teams with decision power, skilled teams. We take on responsibility. This is a very important thing. So teams have the responsibility to decide autonomously. We emphasize on people development, foster talent and expertise, train people, develop people. And, very important, always have the customer at the mind and the heart. So we listen to our customers. We learn from experience with our customers to learn what the customers want. We focus all the time. We are prioritizing all the time to enable a focus for our teams so that people know, okay, this is what I am going to do now, and everything else is now not important. Also using standards, the methodologies that I told you earlier about. And I will deep dive a little bit later into that. So not reinventing everything new. Providing clarity is very important, especially in such a complex time as today. So we try to break up complexity, create digestible bits so that everyone knows, okay, I understand now what this is, and my next step is to work on this task to fulfill the whole big picture of complexity. And we learn from the past. So we look at our mistakes that we did, we look at experiences of other entities, of other companies, and incorporate that into our iterative way of becoming better. I already told you a little bit about the mindset, but it's not only about mindset of the people that are working in the teams, it's also about a different leadership mindset. And this is key, because what autonomous teams don't need is a micromanager who always tells them what to do, like this. They also don't need a laissez-faire manager who doesn't tell them anything and just shifts the responsibility to them so that they have no clue what they should do. They need a servant leader who gives them the guidance where we want to go, but lets them decide how we are going to go there. And this balance of alignment and autonomy is the key. and it's very, very difficult. Can't believe me. So this is a delicate balance, and it's also differing a little bit from team to team. Depends on the people as well. Let me tell you a little bit about the organizational structure that I mentioned before, just very quickly, because it's a bit dry probably. So we are organized in 3 big areas. The first one is delivery, obviously responsible to deliver projects, features. And these are organized in tribes. So the tribes are split up in multidisciplinary teams with IT and business. And these teams are called squads. And people of one skill, like Java developers, all Java developers, are organized in chapters. The tribe is headed by a tribe lead. So that's my position in the bank, so that you have a picture. Then the service and sales area, which is responsible for, of course, sales, speaks for itself, but also for all the services that concern the customers. They are organized in circles with the different people organized in circles, and then the big ones in super circles. So a lot of people working on all the, let's say, the payment services or the mortgage services. And then the third ones, the support entities like legal or risk, but even marketing, they are formed to expert teams. They all have the same or similar skills, and organized in a center of expertise, also headed by a center of expertise lead. So this was about the theory, what we thought about and how we wanted to do it. And let me tell you how it looks like today, because of course it needs to work in practice. One example I want to give you here is about mortgage, so mortgage customer, first line. So in delivery, the tribe home delivers a product, the mortgage, and all the features that relate to the mortgage product the customer can buy. The Super Circle Home Sales is taking care of that the mortgage is also being sold to the customers, so makes the sale. The Super Circle Customer in Life is then responsible for all the processes like repayment or so. And then in the end, the Center of Expertise of Collections takes care of all the money inflows. So you see, it's a structure throughout the whole bank, which is linked to the customer journey. I can give you more examples, but I think this speaks for itself. And it also tells you that the theory is working. But not only the organization is working, there are also more benefits. So our employee satisfaction that we measure 2 times a year, after a dip, it went up in really high heights. So it's really, really good right now. People are very satisfied with their new roles, their new responsibility. We have a much faster time to market. Let me give you an example. Our banking app had, let's say, 2, maximum 3 releases a year before we went to Agile. Now we have 10 to 12 releases, so almost every month a release with value for the customers. We have more job applications, especially IT professionals really value what we do with the Agile way of working, and also young people who want to work in a modern environment. And our customers like our products and our services more than before. But one topic was always left behind: working from home or working from a remote location. And why is that? So we never discussed it, also not in the course of the Agile transformation. It was always said, yeah, IT security is a problem, data protection, it's not possible. We cannot do it. Only in very exceptional cases, when, I don't know, when you had a doctor's appointment or the plumber was coming, it was possible to align it one-on-one with your manager. It was never discussed. So I write here a matter of trust because, of course, what was never loudly said was that there were big reservations also in the leadership team. Can we trust that our people work when they are not at the office? Can we trust that they deliver their tasks? Can we dare to let go of control? So due to all that, there was never made a decision. And then came the big bang. The pandemic kicked in, and within basically overnight, 70% of our employees were sent home to work from home. Within days, everyone got a laptop, a telephone, all the tools, lended equipment of the things that are at the office that no one used, monitors, keyboards, mouses. Everyone was equipped, sent back home, and also the board, by the way, everyone. And within 2 weeks, everything was set up. Also, the massive load on the infrastructure of the bank was fixed by IT. So everything was set up. And then what happened? The teams shook off the initial shock, and then they worked as if nothing had happened. So everyone was like, okay, how can that be? How can that be? Everyone is working super performant with higher efficiency, faster delivery, higher productivity when they're working from home. How can that be? No impact at all? Of course, there was an impact. So besides the good things that I just mentioned, people missed, there was a backside of the medal. So remote alignment needs more meetings. Also, not commuting anymore often resulted in longer working hours. And the pressure on people rose due to this. But in general, we thought it's a big success. The disadvantages are outweighed by the positive effects of the remote working. But why? Why did it work so well? And I can tell you, without having the Agile transformation before, it would have worked that well. Because with the Agile methodology, the Agile way of working, this is totally independent from a presence at the office. Agile teams, autonomous teams, can work from anywhere and deliver value because everyone is in a coherent team, everyone knows what to do, everyone relies on each other. No one is lost, no one is left behind, and also no one can hide. So this was our big, big asset. And we finished it like half a year before, and then that was the stress test. And it worked. I want to give you some examples of the tools and the artifacts that we used back then and also now to make that work. So I will start with the sprints from left to right. So every team has a delivery promise. 2 to 4 weeks is a sprint, and they promise what they want to deliver. So everyone in the team knows what their own contribution is and what they have to do. The purpose. Every team has a purpose. Our area has a purpose. The whole bank has a purpose. And the purpose is helping a lot in identification of the employees with your company and with that what you are doing. Autonomous teams, I already told you about that. Teams can make decisions. They can work autonomously. We have artifacts that make sense, that help clarification, that help transparency. So everyone knows exactly what is my own contribution to the target. We have transparency in daily meetings, the usual daily in the morning. Everyone tells the team, what am I working on today? Where are my problems? Where are my issues? How can you help me? Also, clarity through focus. It is really important to always prioritize and to create a clear and focused path and frame conditions for your team. Regular feedback. This pays more into the people development. We have very often and honest feedback about what went well and what didn't went well. And more responsibility for each and every employee. So this also creates cohesion to you as a company and as an employer. Some details about our artifacts, which were all with a lot of post-its before COVID in a physical room. Now they're all digital, and we will keep it that way because it's much easier. So let me start on the right. This is our quarterly business review, where we define the focus areas and the targets and the to-dos for the next quarter and prioritize it so that everyone knows, okay, this is the way we are going. And on the left side, you see our OBEA. So the OBEA is where we measure everything and show everything that we are working on. On the bottom, you see the portfolio wall. This shows what is being worked on. What are the tasks? What are the features? What is the team working on? And when will it be delivered? The action board is a collection of everything where the leadership or other people have to make an action to improve something or to solve something, to solve an impediment, for example. The improvement wall. This is something that that shows all the improvements that are defined in the area, often bottom up, by the way, and who's responsible and what is the next step. And then, most important, in my opinion, the performance wall, where the deliveries, together with the strategy, together with the KPIs, show, is it actually making a difference what we are doing here? So we heard about the golden circle before. I'm also a big fan. So maybe one sentence regarding the performance wall. In my opinion, this is the heart of the whole Agile methodology. Because only there you see if you create true value. I mean, you can build a lot of things, and sometimes they don't even make it any difference. But here, with KPIs and OKRs, you really see, do I do my stuff well? Do I create value? And it's always connected to the why, to the strategy. It's always connected to the what, of course. What am I doing? And it's also connected to the how. How do I do these things? In which technology? Which skills do I need? And all comes down to the performance wall. So in my opinion, the most important artifact. But coming back to my storyline. So remember, everyone was at home working there during the pandemic. And we proved that it's really working, that the performance is not being harmed. But people missed things. People missed social contacts. People missed workshops in person. People missed the spontaneous hallway chats or coffee breaks with others. So this was a big leadership topic to proactively create, let's say, virtual coffee dates, things like that. But it's not as good as we are social animals, I would say. So nothing can replace real social contact. But everyone was clear that the benefits from this experience that we made were so great that nobody wanted to go back to the old system. And what happened? Our board listened. And in 2021, they negotiated a new working agreement with the Workers' Council that puts office work and remote work at the same level, so true hybrid working. It also gives a lot of autonomy and decision power to the teams because they can define when do we meet, how often do we meet, for what do we meet. There are no fixed office days, no fixed home office days, and the teams can decide. And we started with that agreements in June, and I can tell you it's already clear now that it's again a big success. People love coming back to have workshops together, to have lunch together, to get in social contact. But they also love working from home because they appreciate the quiet working atmosphere, the concentrated way of working they can do at home, which is not possible in a big office where 20 people are on the phone at the same time. So this hybrid mix is our working of the future. And I'm really proud also of our board members, because they were so bold to go this step where other companies are going back to the old status quo before the pandemic. Not us. So this is a real big success for us. And on top, maybe some of you already, or I told some of you already, I came back yesterday from a 5-week stay in France, but I didn't have 5-week vacation. I worked 2 weeks there. So officially, we are allowed to have 30 days working abroad a year. And I, as a leader, of course, I go there with a good example first, tell everyone, so that our employees also can, are daring to do it. So I think I could give you a good overview about the successes that we could leverage with the Agile transformation and how it really helped us in the pandemic. So I don't think without the pandemic anything of that would have happened. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christiane.